What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel here, recording live from the mothership. Another episode of the Southampton career mode here in these YouTube gaming streets. It's episode 37? Probably episode 37. And we have one of the biggest ones to this day. Insert Deontay Wilder meme. To this day, we have Spurs in the second episode. I always do this. I always do this. Second game of the episode, we have Spurs, Tottenham Hotspur, and it's a game that means so much. You saw in the last episode, only 3 points separate us and them in the table, and it's huge. If we could beat them, it goes a long way to securing the Premier League title. If we lose to them, it does exactly the same for us. So both teams have exactly the same on the line. But before we get to Spurs, we have to focus on dealing with Watford. And Jesse Rodriguez going on a brilliant run right here, playing it into Bertrand. And only 4 minutes in, we take one step to dealing with what we need to deal with before we get on to the real big, the bulk of this episode. Of course, Spurs is what really is the real threat, if you want to put it like that. But again, if we was to lose to Watford, then boy, it just puts a whole different level of pressure on us. But again, Jesse Rodriguez done excellent work running down that left hand side, cutting into the middle, skipping past challenges, and then he finds Bertrand and he makes absolutely no mistake putting that one into the back. And let me scoot my chair forward so I can actually get an even closer look on this right here. Valverde obviously getting himself a start. Gamertag sliding it through into Lucas Vazquez. Got options to his left. He's going to decide to go by himself. Lucas Vazquez took a few deflections, it looks like, right there. And then it falls to Jesse Rodriguez. So Jesse creates one, scores the other, and only 15 minutes gone in the game. Watford are wide open for the main, but like, look at how open they were. How high their line is. It's all crazy. Yeah, the shot took a deflection. Vazquez's shot was heading for the bottom corner right there. But the defender came across and made an absolutely crucial block. However, in the end, it didn't really work out too well for him regardless, because it fell to Jesse. And he tapped into an empty net. Only 35 minutes in before we get yet another chance falling to us. Bertrand down this left-hand side is going to cross it in. And it's Jesse again, just in the middle of everything that's happening today. Alongside Bertrand, of course, who scored the first. But header is straight into the keeper's arms. The header in, of course, not Jesse's main talent. Bertrand has the ball there, and look at that. Federico Valverde. What can I say about this young man from Uruguay? He's come over to Southampton this season. Slowly got more game time. Now it's starting to happen a lot more. Towards the end of this season, he's been on fire, and look at that for a finish. Barely got the ball out of his feet, and it goes across the goal. Fucking arrow of a strike from Valverde, and he makes it free. And right now we're cruising. We could kind of have one eye focused on Spurs, but Watford coming through down this side of the field, crossing into the box. Klein gets a half-hearted clearance. Eventually we're able to work it out as Empadu finds Lamina, who finds Valverde. And look at this pass from Valverde, sending Vazquez through on goal. He's got options to his left. He's gonna go alone and cracks it off of the crossbar. Probably hindsight is telling me that we should have just pulled it back to Gamertag. But during in that moment, I was sure I could find the back of the net, and somewhat unfortunate, I guess you could say, as the shot, of course, cannoned off of the crossbar. But Watford did pull one back right here as a little bit suspect defending, but at the same time, it's coming down to that same cheating, I call it, from the AI. Why can they do that? Why? I still don't understand why there's an option in the game to teleport a player to the corner flag so you can take a short corner. I don't understand why that's in the game. If you want to take a short corner, you should have to call the player to the flag and watch him run there so I can follow him, rather than him just teleporting there and I can't do nothing about it to stop it. It's ridiculous, and we can see via that option, I guess. Again, that medium is killing me. Gamertag lays it off, however, to Lucas Vazquez. 80 minutes gone, and he makes it 4. Unfortunately, we can't have the clean sheet, but we do sustain a 3-goal lead. And that one right there is going to be it for this game. A huge 4-1 win against Watford at St. Mary's, and we pick up 3 points. 3-goal win, 3 points taken. The lead between us and Spurs, I believe, stays at 3 points. I don't think I actually show the table between now and the end of the episode. So I can't exactly remember where it is, but we have this game coming up against Spurs. Biggest game of the season. I mean, if we beat Spurs, I mean, it says Spurs closing in on Southampton, but how it's sitting is if we beat Spurs in this game, we are the Premier League champions for Season 2. So it's a absolutely huge amount on the line, and it all comes down to the second to last game of the season.
Well, like all his team, he knows that this could well be the day. If they win, they're champions. Watch it with us.
And it's live. Yeah. Huge game. I can't stress how much this match means. I mean, also it is massive for us to get this game wrapped up, the league wrapped up right here, because if we don't, our final game of the season is Manchester City. And you guys are going to see how close the table is at the end of this episode. Boy, y'all going to have to wait and see what happens in this game, because win or lose, it's massive, you know. So, bruh, it is what it is. This is how we lined up, though. Of course, Hoot is out with an injury, so Kemi Rodriguez is partnering Hermoso at the back. Romeo, Lamina, and Højbjerg, the trusty trinity in that midfield three, with a front line of Bertrand, Traore, Vasquez, and who's on the left? Hesse. I went with Hesse because he just been on great form towards the end of the season. It was a big decision. It could have been Redmond or Buffal. Of course, Buffal's had a brilliant season. Redmond has been solid. But Hesse recently, in the past 4 or 5 games or so, has been on real good form. So I decided to start with him. And we got an early chance in the game as we forced to save out of Hugo Lloris. But we wasn't able to find the back of the net right there. 52 minutes before the next real chance came. And it come from us again as Romeo slides it across to his left to Højbjerg. He sees Bertrand making a run. But look at that pass from fucking Højbjerg to Lemina. Tries to dink it over Lloris and wasn't able to get past him. Huge chance right there. Brilliant pass from Højbjerg. 70 minutes into the game right now. Spurs spread it out wide to De Chilio, who plays it down the line. He's got Son at the back post. He's got to find Heung-min Son. And it's a brilliant save from Alphonse Areola, just getting one hand to it. They ain't even going to show the replay, but you just need to know it was a brilliant save right here, because Romeo was picking up a yellow card for something he done earlier. I can't remember it. I think it was a real clinical foul, like something I just felt like I had to do, and I just took him out. But 76 minutes, chance right there, another good save from Alphonse Areola, keeping that out, and the game ended 0-0. Absolutely massive, ends 0-0. Boy, you're gonna see the table. You're gonna see the table coming up. It is absolutely massive. We're going into the final game of the season, which is going to be live against Manchester City. For whatever reason, they're telling us Manchester United won the FA. I don't know how did they win the FA Cup before the season was over. The FA Cup is traditionally the last game of the season in England, and somehow they won it before the Premier League campaign's over. It is what it is. Player of the competition announced as Bertrand Traore. Good season for him. You know, he got it done. He's done his job. FA Cup, Premier League, but he has one more game to do it in. I've gone down. We're going to come back up, of course, looking at the bottom half of the table. Nottingham Forest, 1 game to salvage their Premier League credentials. Stoke and Villa have gone down. West Ham in that fight as well. But look at the top. It is 3 points separating us. Goal difference, you might not be able to calculate it this quick, but I calculated it for you. Goal difference is equal. So whatever happens in the final game of the season, a draw will be enough against Manchester City. Anything less than a draw, and if Manchester City if Spurs better our result, they will snatch the title from us. There is no way I will let that happen. I'm telling you now. Man City have been a bogey team for us. We have to perform. We cannot let Tottenham Hotspur take the title from me on the final day from an Arsenal supporter. It can't happen, bro. Bertrand Traore, you know what you need to do. And you know what you need to do as a viewer. You need to go ahead and drop a like for this outstanding season, how tight it is. And you need to return tomorrow for that game. The end of the season. Make sure you're there. Peace.